spaced around the team. You'd stay in the dormitory, so empty your lungs. Fill your lungs completely. Rest briefly with your lungs full. Thanks for being on time. Couple of more things about the bus. This is actually the Hopi word for a whole bunch of white people behaving foolishly. See, that's one of those amazing facts that nobody else will ever hear except on a Rhodes Scholar trip with people like that.
And then we'll have dinner there a second night, and we'll drive all the way back here, and all the way back down here for our hotel.
Up. There really is a plant called Here it is, my piece of brain. So tomorrow, breakfast will be open from 7 to 10 a.m. I want you to know I've never unintentionally left anyone behind.
So we're gonna, if you remember where we turned into Zion Canyon yesterday on the way to the lodge, there's a little loop there, which is not, technically speaking, a...
more important than a van than a cost, that just makes it easier to pull the whole thing together.
Franklin Roosevelt wanted to live up to that, so he founded the Civilian Conservation Corps, and it was a crash program that developed really fast.
Okay, y'all wave like you're having fun. There you go. It'll look good on the YouTube.
Good morning, Charles.
Good morning.
What is that?
The Native Americans often had really poetic and some often spiritual names or sacred names for these places, and then the pioneers come along and they often name things for the first guy to get there, or the first guy to die there, or the first guy to have his horse stolen there. So there's horse thief mesas all over the West, and horse thief canyons.
Of it. Do you see how there's a line of white where minerals have dripped out of a
Remember to breathe. Remember to breathe.
Sweeping right up.
It's a left hand.
When we get to the snow,
It's kind of gray in these little windows is a little bit different. I believe the first one, they call them galleries because you can see the artwork. So here's the great gallery here. This is all wind-blown sandstone, so you're seeing kind of the sweeping lines of the petrified sand dunes. together because it's a solid piece of sandstone. But isn't this beautiful country? You know, when this stuff gets wet, it looks like it's reflecting the sky, and it almost looks like snow. But I don't think we're seeing any snow yet. It's just wet rocks. Gone up at least 1,000 feet from the valley floor. By the time we get out of the park, we'll probably be closer to 6,000 feet above sea level. This part of the park is what's called the Slick Rock Country, and it's a totally different environment. It's still Navajo sandstone, but you're kind of at the top of things. Arcadia is a hard place to find, but if you drive down Highway 89 between Bryce Canyon and Zion National Park, you'll pass the place where it used to be in the 1870s and 80s. It doesn't look like Arcadia now. It looks like a pleasant little Mormon town strung along the valley of the Virgin River, sleeping peacefully under its red cliffs, shaded by its maples and mulberries and smoke trees, surrounded by its garden.
Like it. No refunds on this trip.
Go outside and face the east and greet the sun with some kind of blessing or chant or song that you made yourself and keep for early morning. The way to make the song is this. Don't try to think what words to use until you're standing there alone. When you feel the sun, you'll feel the song too. Just sing it.
Deer on the road there.
Deer on the road. But don't think you're the only one who ever worked at magic. Your cavemen brothers knew what to do. Your cave woman sisters knew too. They sang to help the sun come up and lifted their hands to its power. A morning needs to be sung to. A new day needs to be honored.
I know your lips are frozen, but smile anyway.
Yeah, I think Jesus.
Like the Queen, yeah, there you go. I can tell who the royalty is and who isn't.
Don't get run over. Yeah, don't get run over. Hey, I like your earrings.
Chipmunk? Do we have any votes for squirrel?
There you go.
Name of John Kitchen was traveling through here on his way to make his money in the gold fields of California. Ran into a cute rancher's daughter that he was a bit smitten with. Went off to California. Salmon,
Ribeye.
vegetarian, chicken, barbecue plate, which is chicken and ribs.
Salmon, ribeye, chicken.
Ribeye, that's it, ribeye.
Too lively. So, any other favorites? What? Oh, Folsom Prison. Right. Okay.
Orange Blossom Special.
Orange Blossom Special. Okay. Well, sounds like we all had a good time.
How many people?
Here today, you probably realised that this is still a fairly isolated location, and I'd like us for a moment to cast our minds back in time to an era before the towns were here.
If they're above sea level, then they're eroding, and the stuff that's eroding is piling off on top of things that are at sea level. So it's this constant recycling, and the engine that... And their plans were all kept a secret from their husbands, of course. So when the men all went out on the range or out in the fields or doing something, the women saddled up their horses, a lot of them rode, and some of them took their white top buggies and they just headed for this saloon. Really big winds and blew the fire that was going up into a conflagration. It burned pretty hot for about 6 weeks. The trees really don't like having their roots drowned, but also they...
So we're just going to walk right over to the rim, actually just to this trail, and then follow along.
Oh, okay.
And we'll go out here. Is number one, is it on here, Bright Angel Point?
Okay.
To both rims. And it's built back in the 60s. And it was, at the time, it was like the biggest helicopter-based construction project in American history.
The others were spectacular.
be full of water and heading down to the land of the giants and into the old hole, which was positively magnormous, bigger than all the others, bigger and more impenetrable than anything we'd ever seen. The electricity travels down that inner bark there. It flash spoils roughly half turkey, quarter ham, quarter beef. So it's beef and cheddar, ham and Swiss, turkey and provolone.
I'll take a turkey.
So, what I'd like to do... So we're going to drop you off at the gas station. You're going to meet us at the general store. Then people are going to do the easy hike, are going to go with Jeff. We're going to get all...
Make it down. Hi, Hal. This guy's desperate for material.
I need somebody to fall.
Say goodbye. You're
Any volunteers?
anything like it, because one has nothing to compare it with. It stuns the eyes, but cannot really hold the attention. For one thing, the scale is too large to be credited. The canyon is 10 miles across from rim to rim at the point where one usually sees it first, and almost exactly a mile deep. But we are so accustomed to thinking of skyscrapers as high, and of St. Peter's or the Pentagon as massive, that we can hardly help misinterpreting what the eye sees. We cannot realize that the tremendous mesas and curiously shaped buttes which rise all around us are the grandiose objects that they are. For a time, it is too much like a scale model or an optical illusion. One admires the peep show, and that is all. Because we cannot relate ourselves to it, we remain outside, very much as we remain outside the frame of the picture. Sheet going around. So our first stop today is we're going to stop at a dinosaur track site and dinosaur discovery. They've got a little museum there. And then it's on to Sodom and Gomorrah and the lost wages. And sound like fun? How'd everybody sleep last night?
Great.
Oh, yeah.
Comfortable bed? Is ponder a ponderosa. Experience a sense of awe, such as when viewing the Grand Canyon or listening to Beethoven's Ninth, may boost the body's defensive systems, says a researcher from the University of California, Berkeley. That awe, wonder, and beauty. So if you have a passport book and you'd like a sticker, I have a sticker for you. If you do not have a passport book and you're thinking about getting one, I have a sticker for you. If you do not have a passport and you're not thinking about getting one, but you still want a sticker, I've got a sticker for you. So, but if you don't want a sticker, then I don't have a sticker for you. Okay?
And you drive onto Hopi lands and you have to change your white. Then you drive back onto Navajo lands, you have to change your white. Then you drive back into Arizona, you have to change your white. And then you drive into New Mexico and you have to change your white. And that's all within like 3 hours.
I want to say thank you. This was a spectacularly fun group, and no, I do not say that to all groups. So anyway, thank you. I have enjoyed myself. I've enjoyed working with Don. I've enjoyed working with Ray. I've worked with Ray a bunch before, and I always enjoy working with him. This is only the second time Don and I have done a trip together. Next topic for conversation. What were your highlights of this trip? What were your favorite parts of this trip? Anybody? Zion. What about Zion? Down in it? Okay. Looking up at it.
In the water.
The water being next to the water, next to the creek, the Virgin River. What else? The Queen's Garden Trail?
Yeah.
Yep. That's fun getting down amongst them too.
And the sunrise.
The sunrise.
20 degrees.
The 20 degrees at sunrise.
She's a masochist.
You're a masochist, huh? What else?
The first tour, the first.
The music show. Okay.
The first glimpse of the Grand Canyon.
The first glimpse of the Grand Canyon. Good.
The nature walk.
The nature walk. The one at the Grand Canyon. Okay. What about the one at Zion? Did you go on that one?
So what happened here is
I really relate to the Grand Canyon too.
the snowstorm.
The snowstorm, an unexpected treat, huh?
I hiked down the Canyon Trail.
To hike down the Grand Canyon Trail, the Kaibab Trail? Kaibab Trail, yeah. That's a neat little hike. As long as you watch out for the puddles on the trail. Well, it's early in the season. The puddles of mule piss probably weren't too bad this early yet.
Usually told them they were smelling salts.
Smelling salts, yeah, really wake you up. The backstories provided by yours truly and Don for everything that we saw. Yeah. Well, thank you.
And you didn't intentionally leave anybody.
And we didn't unintentionally leave anybody behind. We didn't intentionally leave anybody behind either. Well, there was nobody in this group that I wanted that deserved to be left behind, right?
The drive out of Zion.
The drive out of Zion, the switchbacks and the tunnel and the slick rock. Yeah, I love that slick rock country. The horizontal snow. We're on this trip. Will be your happy place for a while. The pictures help, but the pictures never really totally represent everything that you did or saw in some place. They just remind you of where you were at when you were here. So think about what you did on Road Scholar. You know, tell them about Road Scholar in general. Tell them about NAU Road Scholar specifically, but tell them about this trip specifically too. So thanks a lot, everybody. This has been fun.
All right, and everybody wave.
Everybody wave.
Is it going?
It's going.
All right.
It's probably recording us talking to each other too. Okay.